Looking back at your relationships, what patterns do you see now that you couldn't see then?
Gosh, that I went for the person that I thought could take care of me. I went for probably narcissistic people.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would become whoever they wanted me to be. That was just kind of my pattern.
The chameleon.
Yeah, I was a chameleon. And, there's situations and parts of your life where that's actually, I think, a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can be in a dive bar or I could be at a gala. Like, I will adapt. But when you're doing that in your own personal life, that's kind of like
In your relationship.
my relationships. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like have to. Like, this is the expectation, always trying to meet the expectation of who they thought that I should be.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, that's no more.
Yeah.
No more.
No more.
I don't have to do that anymore.
Nope.
Take it or leave it.
Well, I mean, you kind of already touched on this, but did you ever confuse being taken care of with love, with being loved?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you first realize that you were losing your voice in like a relationship?
I don't think I realized that until I was actually, I guess I kind of felt it when I was with my daughter's dad. But I was unclear because I was so gaslighted, I think when I really realized it was when we separated and I was on my own and people were telling me, well, there you are, Kelly. I'm like, what? Like, I've always been here. I've always kind of felt like me, I thought, but I acted different. I became a different person. I became who he wanted me to be. And then just like in that time period, reflecting back and the freedom that I felt and like my new relationship and just being myself and being told all the time. Jeff was always like, Kelly, just be yourself. Say what you need to say. Like, just say it. Because I would not speak my piece or I was too afraid to.
Yeah.
And then he actually opened that up for me to become more myself and that it's okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
a huge gift.
It is one of my struggles.
Yeah.
I call it my throat chakra issue. That's
why
my wind chimes are throat chakra.
Yeah. Right?
So to speak your truth and not feel like you're going to get in trouble because of your earlier experiences.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You got that someone like walked you through that in such a loving way.
He really did. And it was so loving and so caring and so freeing and so foreign, but I embraced it. And not to say that I'm really, I do that all the time. Like I'm an expert, like, because, sometimes I do kind of clam up and just don't want to rock the boat. But I'm like, what am I so afraid of? I admire women that can just say what they want to say and don't worry about rocking the boat. Because I'm like, what am I so afraid of? To rock? Why? Why am I afraid to do that? It feels so unsafe to me. But it shouldn't be.
Yeah. And it's not the Kelly I know at all.
Yeah.
So
And
I've never seen that Kelly that's afraid to.
I'm working on, I just feel like I do sometimes.
I'm sure that you know. And it's a personal thing.
Yeah. And I do know when I'm doing it. I'm like, all right, just zip the lip. And there are times you should zip the lip, but with you, I'm just going to, I think, a lot of people that I care about, I say what it is in all my earthly wisdom.
That's one of the most cherished things I love about you, though.
Thank you.
I never,
I try to give, I'm not really great at taking advice, but I'm really pretty good at giving it. If I know something, I will share it.
Yeah.
And I will say it. If I don't, I'll tell you I don't. But I'll try and find somebody that does know.
Yeah.
Direct you.
Well, and that's, I think a true friend, as hard as it might be, is the friend that does give you that critical criticism, that helps you push through and grow to the next level. And fortunately, it's a hard thing to receive.
Yeah.
And you have to be open to that. But
Or you don't need to be my friend.
well, how about if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you?
Yeah.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So expect it's not going to be easy, but you might be surprised where this ends, right?
Yeah. You challenge me all the time. And I love that.
Oh, thanks.
Not many people do that.
Why is that a compliment to me?
It is a compliment. A lot of people aren't ballsy enough to do that.
That's what I love. I love that when my friends stand up and tell me exactly.
Yes.
Because I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I love it when it does because I know I'm in the right place with that person.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't ever want to be in a yes man relationship.
Yeah.
With a friend or a colleague my goal is always to grow, always to be better.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
yeah. And those around you, watch them grow and help them grow. Right.
Yeah. If it's receptive, I'm not going to waste my time.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, oh, then I guess I don't need to be your friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, because this is how I'm going to be. If I think you're doing something that's foul or not okay, I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Just had a conversation with somebody about that yesterday. It's like, hey, this is what I heard. Is this what's happening? Because I wouldn't think you do this because it's foul and it's not okay. And they said, no, that's not what's happening, and explained it. They're like, thank you for asking me about it though.
Yeah.
Because that's a true friend, right?
Yeah.
And that's when we can talk to each other that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll call me out on my BS too. Like if you call me out on my BS.
Not very often. There's really very little.
Because I don't mess up very much.
No. We just don't call on each other. We just don't have, we're a good support for each other.
We are.
We're not. I don't know.
Yeah.
It works.
It does. It just works.
Yeah.
100%.
Is there something that you tolerated then that you'll no longer tolerate today?
I won't tolerate infidelity.
Yeah.
Not that I tolerated it, but I feel like because I didn't step in, I don't know, I'm super stubborn and I have my own mindset on that stuff. Like you always think you're going to be the person like you do that. That's a deal breaker. I'm out of here. But when you don't do that, then it kind of almost is a shame thing. You know what I mean? I won't tolerate being suffocated, I guess.
Controlled.
Not being able to be myself. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. And because I did it for such a long time and I don't do that anymore. I'm like, I'll do revert back to my childhood when I was being told to tone down, which is probably where this stems from in the first place. Mm-hmm. And I'm a rebel. I will do the exact opposite of what you're trying to tell me to do if I feel like it's not okay.
I've seen it.
And you've seen it firsthand. Yeah. And I will do that.
Yeah.
Not because what I'm doing or what I'm saying isn't something that is hurtful or not okay. That makes sense. Like nobody puts baby in a corner.
No.
Nobody tells her to be quiet and don't talk about this or that.
Yeah.
I know my cues. Mm-hmm. I know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be told because now you just made me want to go do it and sell it.
Yeah. And that's your reaction. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? Wise to the parent with the strong-willed child.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to be finesse. I got to say, I won't brag 2 seconds too long, but our granddaughter is super strong-willed. And I think our kids are doing such an amazing job. It's like I watch them give her independence to the point, and she's kind of cool because she's really smart and she's very strong-willed. So it could go the opposite direction, but she's so polite and she asks very, considerate questions. They've really helped her.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a way to shape and mold that personality type for sure.
Respect it.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Like, don't let them walk all over you and let them get away with things that they shouldn't be getting away with and coddle them and do that. But
no, they hold her accountable.
Let them fly a little bit and see if, they could potentially fall a little bit on their own and they just need to learn and, tumble through it and then maybe teach themselves because strong-willed people need to teach themselves. They can't be told.
So true. And I could tangent on that one too, but I won't because this is your time.
We can do that. You can do that.
No. Oh. So were there ever any red flags that you ignored? And why do you think you ignored them?
I think yes, to answer the first part of the question. I think I ignored them because I felt like I needed that person in my life. And I'm just, and I think we're just talking mainly about like intimate, but even in friendships and stuff, I just felt like I needed that person there in my life. So I swept it under the rug.
Yeah.
I can be pretty good at sweeping things under the rug sometimes. I don't know if it's patience and I don't know if it's sweeping it under the rug. I don't know. There's a difference, but it kind of looks the same.
Isn't it confusing?
It's super confusing.
I'm so right there in my life.
Yeah.
I have no problem standing up for myself, but I realize I am too patient.
Yes. They used to say, Kelly, you have the patience of a saint. You have the patience of a saint. I'm like, I do? Like, yeah, I do have a very high tolerance for things, and I can give grace, and I try to give grace whenever I can, and maybe to my detriment.
Yeah.
So grace is a great thing, and you should always give people grace, but not to where it becomes detrimental to your own self.
No, you have to think of yourself first. And some things are just not good for the soul.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing, is being aware and honest enough with yourself to recognize that.
Yeah, 100%.